16.
$500 open from the hijack position here from Brown Balla with ace-9 offsuit. It's going to get met with a
What happened?
re-raise on the button from Jiang with 6-5 of hearts. But boy, Aussie Al waking up with the kings in the big blind.
55.
No.
He's going to make it 5,500 with his red kings.
What, Jack?
Huh? No, and then call. What's going on?
What, Jack?
Well, he knows it's going to be over 20K.
You better bet small. If I just go all in on the flop,
You're dead.
You're
Small. Small on the flop, so it's under 20.
Just bet 1K 3 times. If you bet 1K 3 times, I think it'll still be under
Jiang
20.
defends the re-raise. We got a 12K pot here already with Aussie Al's kings in the lead, but a bit of a treacherous board here on 10-9-8 with 2 spades. About
What, Jack? Good.
31K effective. Got about an SPR of 3-1 here, an 12K pot. Got about 32K behind.
Yep. 10 seconds. 6,000.
Curious to see what Al will do here facing a big bet. It's going to be facing a 6K bet from Jiang with the kind of sucker straight gut shot straight draw here with the 6-5 of hearts. Very kind of wet dynamic coordinated board that kind of more favors Jiang's raise or Jiang's range on the button, I should say. Got tongue twisted there, but yeah, it's not as favorable for the 3-bet or 4-better on a 10-9-8 spade flop. He's gonna check call though, however. Pray for a brick, baby.
For somebody, I don't know.
5 of spades on the turn.
You guys are so funny.
Got a pot-sized bet here left for Al with his red kings. Jiang's gonna check back. Now makes a pair of 5s on that 5 of spade turn. Action facing Al here. He was the pre-flop aggressor. Check called about a half, 2/3 pot bet from Jiang. Turn goes check, check, and now it's on him. First to act here with red kings and a 24K pot. He's got 25K stack here. He's decided on trying to bet for value versus Jiang, or perhaps check and call, or perhaps check and fold even. There's a lot of options in this hand here for Al. Might end up using a time chip here. He's going to continue to consider his action. He's just going to move all in. He's got a pot-sized bet left. He's not going to play the check decide game. He's going to put the decision on Jiang here. This is kind of an odd line with the aggression pre-flop, the check call on the flop, check check on the turn, and now he's jamming the river here for a pot-sized bet. Jiang would probably think as a pre-flop aggressor, if he had spades here, he'd either bet it or check raise. But he check called. So it might be hard for him to rep a flush here given the action. Might be what Jiang's thinking here. This lonely pair of 5s.
Only really the streaming. And with my friends, yeah. And then with my friends sometimes, like small games, like 5 times.
You play 5 and also
Just
this
for
one?
fun. Yeah, just with my friends. Not that often. Like here and there. Yeah.
Al's got to be pretty happy he didn't immediately get snap called with his red kings on this kind of dynamic flush board, so he's probably feeling pretty good about his hand as time passes here.
In Vegas sometimes.
Probably a bit of a nervous moment there that first few seconds when he was slinging that 25K in with red kings, but I think he's feeling pretty good about his prospects now as time passes.
10 seconds. Having more time.
To hero or to not hero, JJ, that is the spot Jiang's in.
Yeah, I mean, he's just worried that perhaps Aussie Al has that naked ace of spades, right? Ace king with ace of spades, ace queen with ace of spades. And watching Aussie Al, he definitely can have that in his game. So it's really tough. He's in a tough spot. He's got a pure bluff catch. What do you guys think in the chat? Put 1 for call, 2 for fold. He's on his 3rd time chip extension.
It's an interesting hand. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jiang 3-bet the button and Al 4-bet from the big blind. And then Jiang bet 6K on the flop, which is about like a half pot size bet, and Al check called. So I think it's pretty unlikely to ever think he's going to have spades here, given the pre-flop 4-bet, and then check calling a half-ish pot bet on the flop, and then turn goes check, check, and now he's just jamming. I think he could perhaps tell himself a story of him having ace of spades with the queen, ace of spades with the king, ace of spades with the jack maybe even. Although perhaps he could even play that as a check raise as well, or a bet with the open-ended. But yeah, it's very, very interesting hand.
I mean, the chat thinks he's going to make the fold. So far, it's been all 2s, which implies that you guys think he's going to fold this hand. I do know that I walked by this room at 2:30ish a.m.
Wow.
Vivian, Jiang, Aussie Al, and Andy Stacks Poker played. We're still playing, and they started yesterday's stream at 1.
So there's a lot of context and history going into this decision.
For sure, and they're both probably really tired. I heard a couple of them say they only slept 4 hours.
Wow.
Which is like my normal schedule.
It's like their parents or something.
So get with it, guys. But you know what? It's really tough for the brain to work on 4 hours of sleep.
I think my high school.
Jiang really in the tank, though.
He might use all 5 of his 1-minute time chips here.
And this just gives credit to how well Aussie Al and how unpredictable he is, that Jiang is giving him respect. Because if Jiang thought that Aussie Al was a nit or incapable, he would snap fold.
100%.
So the fact that he's giving him this credence to make this call just shows you that he thinks Aussie Al is a player.
No doubt about it. It's
When were
a
you
very
there?
interesting kind of merge
When
all
were
in
you
here
there?
with red kings on a board like this, no doubt. Although, given the check back on the turn, he's probably not as
And
worried
he
about
made the
flushes.
call,
Wow.
a $74,000
Holy
pot.
moly.
20,
The
20.
hero call from Jiang, but to no avail. Big pot here for Aussie
wow.
Al.
No, it's a pretty
74K with the
That's
red
a long time.
kings.
6 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
have my undergraduate and graduate degree there.
Where?
Okay.
Boston.
Where?
24,000.
Northeastern.
Which school?
Northeastern.
Northeastern.
What a
Okay, I went to
hand.
Tufts.
Ah! Chinatown. Is that the Chinatown?
No,
No.
no, Medford.
It's a 5, I think. Yeah, 5. You even thought aces. That's
Feel
a
free to
nice
scan your
one.
card, please. Thank you. 3,000. 5 and 3,000. Fold.
Nice spot for Brian to pick up ace king in the small
I need
blind. He's
this
going to
one.
3-bet to 3,000.
Call. Free to play.
They get a couple calls, 3 ways to the flop. Couple gut shots for his opponent's 8-7. Each player has a backdoor flush draw with their gut shot straight. Brian's still in the lead with the ace-king high, but maybe tough to proceed here in this hand given the action. We'll see how it unfolds here.
Call.
Got a $50,000 bet and call, and Brian's going to get out of the way with his ace-king high. And what do you know? Presto on the turn, a 6. Each player completes their gut shot straight draw. They both have the nuts. Let's see how big this pot gets. All for nothing, of course. Will be a chop, barring some random dynamics on the river. If Somebody bluffs their hand somehow, but should be a chop here eventually, it looks like. Zhang's going to raise to 35K. Two of the biggest stacks at the table in this hand as well. Each player started with well over $100,000 to start the hand. We already got 68K in the pot as we speak.
All in.
Okay.
We got an all-in and call. That was the most likely result, the all-in and call chop scenario.
Oh my god.
Oh
my
Wow, they both have 7-8.
Shocking.
Chop.
Somebody could have maybe won the hand if board paired on the river or flush came and somebody went ham, but that was a pretty unlikely scenario. So.
I thought he had a
Chop,
set,
chop.
right? So I got 7-8.
Yeah.
Imagine
He thought you had a set.
Nobody
even has
7-8
hearts.
too.
7-8 of pots. Imagine that.
What a
That would
disappointment.
have been.
No free roll either. Would have been
I
nice
don't
to have
think it
7-8.
says
I'm the
that.
only one that thought, oh, they can't really have 7-8. Maybe.
They could really have 7-8.
So disappointing.
Yeah, I was just kidding. The game's not built around you at all.
Parts, but yeah.
Call.
Big hand here for Brown Ball, making it 400 with pocket kings in late position.
3 player.
He's going to get a couple defenders from the blind. It's going to be 3 ways to the flop.
Check.
Huge flop here for Jiang, flopping top pair and diamond draw.
Second round.
Aussie Al's also got the diamond draw.
Brian, are you tired?
Brown
about
Ball
you?
checks through the kings, which definitely
I
caught
only
me off
slept
guard.
for like
Perhaps
1 hour.
Same.
But that check from Brown Ball on this board. He raised pre-flop and no bets on this
Jamming it
flop.
up until the morning.
Like,
I
we
think,
play
like,
until 5 a.m.
When you have an overpair and it's a way
And
ahead,
I got
way
home
ahead,
around
way behind
7.
situation,
Yeah.
you can get away with
9,000.
checking,
lucky enough to
check
play with
raising
Brian, I
some
like to
rivers,
play as
check
long as
raising some
possible, too.
flops, especially when
Believe me,
all
they,
the players
Yeah,
can
he's
have
They were all thinking
stay
all
at
the sets.
table
I'm sure they can have all the
forever.
deuces, the fours,
It's nice when you
pocket
have a guy
tens
on the
at
hook
some
like that.
frequency of flatting the button. So
Yeah, he's
The same
definitely,
as Andy. Andy
so
even
far I've
wants to
definitely seen
play
him
until,
camouflage
like,
pretty good
7
hands.
Well, that's 'cause
spots
Brian
you're not
was still
typically
here.
used to seeing people like checking back that queen in position, and now he's checking the overpair of kings here. So yeah, he's definitely got some counter punching to his game for sure.
yeah, you can always play with some deception too and go for the check
he made a
raise on the
good
flop,
comeback,
feeling like
but he
your
was
opponent
stuck
might
a lot.
stab too wide on the button.
Absolutely.
oh yeah.
I think that perhaps might have been a check motivated by who was in the button, thinking Jiang was going to take a liberal stab
I
at it,
noticed.
perhaps. So yeah,
Not rich enough.
Definitely over 100.
impressed
but
with Brown Ball's play.
I think at the end,
Sure.
he did well. I don't know if he.
How about you?
I
Big turn here
lost.
for Jiang, picked up 2 pair.
He took my money.
No.
Oh yeah.
No. John took your money.
22,000 in
He
this
took the
pot.
most.
He said we broke even.
17K effective stacks. We got Brown Ball with 17K, and Jiang covers everybody with 150, I believe.
When you bluffed me with the
This
ace
is a
of
big
clubs.
stack.
I told you I got aces.
Yeah, I believe you.
Another overbet here? What are we going to see? That's been his favorite button to click so far. Just
Wow,
a
and he
normal
only bet
6K.
6,000.
Brian's very dead.
Pretty interesting that Jiang checked back that turn.
Right, yeah, that was a lot of some surprising Berkeley's going to come along to the 3-bet of Jiang with the 6-3 of clubs.
Check.
Nice flop for Jiang. Flopping top pair has also got a backdoor club draw as well, though Berkey does have a club draw to the 6 high clubs here, 6-3 clubs.
3,000.
Jiang's gonna bet 3,000 into 5,700. 3K over to Berkey now. A little under 3 to 1 on this call with clubs here.
Great. 7,000.
Just for a small check raise here.
All in. All.
Got an all in and call.
Twice? Once?
Once.
Got it.
Once.
Alright, running it one time.
Gonna run it once, and Berkey's gonna be a little disappointed to see Jiang has one of his outs in his hand with the queen of clubs. Berkey picks up some help here with a 3. He can now make trips or 2 pair. And to no avail, Jiang's ace queen will hold up in a battle of the blinds.